Hello. Hi. Today is going to be a video that I am just really mixed emotions about. I have very mixed emotions about it. So let's hop in, shall we? Hey everybody, it's me Kayla. How's it going? And welcome back to another one of my videos. My name is Kayla Tobias and I am a graduate of the class of 2020, and as many of you guys know, the class of 2020 is seen as a very different class because of the current events of what's going on right now in the world and the weight of it all. A lot of people are bringing attention to the class of 2020 and graduates in high school and in college, and I am part of that. I thought it would be a very interesting video for me to kind of sit here and just talk and word vomit my whole high school experience and kind of what I have to say going into college, and also what my plans are in the future and what I hope to achieve in this world. Now, before we begin, I am aware I am very sunburnt. Today was a very beautiful day outside, and I went outside and I was there. I had sunscreen on and I tanned for a little bit, and who knew that I would get a little bit burnt, but it's not burnt very bad, so I'm gonna be fine. I just needed to make that clear. Anyway, I just want to say that for me, I feel like everyone's experience is different in high school. You have people who hate it, you have people who love it, and for me, I was someone who didn't mind school. I love school, but I didn't mind high school. I never had the mentality of me hating school and hating to go to school. Unfortunately, I was able to have that experience and feelings because I was surrounded by good people, by good parents, and by good, my sister, and just really good people. And I always valued my education. And I think my mom being a teacher and my dad coming from Guatemala definitely puts an emphasis on my education and why I care so much. And I'll tell you right now, this feeling was not one that I had going into freshman year, because middle school for me was a roller coaster. And if you guys check out my videos from middle school, which I recommend you don't, but if you ever felt like it, it's all here on this channel, and I think it says a lot for itself and where I was and kind of who I was at the moment. So going into freshman year, I was very much myself, but I definitely was insecure, and I had been very insecure since middle school. And I know it's weird for me to say that now, because yes, I do have insecure traits and things about me, but I am a very confident person, not only in my body, but also in the way I speak and the way I go about life and who I am and my beliefs. So that feeling really evolved kind of through junior year. The first 2 years of high school, I saw completely different than the other 2 years of high school. And that's how I see high school, because my freshman and sophomore year were, like I said, these kind of awkward years for me. I wasn't a star student, and I was put into classes like any other average student in those grades. So I was taking like algebra and like US history I took in junior year, but I was also taking global history. In school, I just felt very stressed about schoolwork and grading because I felt, one, unmotivated in anything I did, and I also just felt like a little bit of a mess. I just was all over the place, but not as much as I had been in middle school. So for me, being in high school, I felt really cool, and I'm very much of a individual person. I really love doing my things for myself and love doing things my own way, and I've always been independent. So for me, it was like, yay, high school, this and that, and it definitely was. It definitely had its moments. Socially wise, I was doing really good because I had come out of middle school with good friends, a good friend group, or just good people to know, and I carried that through my freshman and a little bit through my sophomore year. And to this day, there are people who do not like me. There are people who I have had conflict with, and even did my senior year. And it's weird to think that those people that I had conflict with freshman year, I still had conflict with senior year. The only difference I see between those years and times is that I felt my senior year, when I had drama with somebody and it was very little drama, I felt like it was the biggest problem in the world because I really valued other things my senior year, which is what I want to get really real about. Because for me, my senior year is, one, nothing like I thought it would be, and two, it's not a negative outcome. Like what happened, nothing traumatic happened my senior year. I'm making it sound like it's a crazy thing, but what I'm saying is that the way that I was my senior year, to me, was not what I expected myself to be like. And like I said, that's not a bad thing. But I feel like when you picture senior year in high school, you're surrounded by your friends and your friend group, and you're going to parties, and you're probably getting drunk, and I don't know, I just feel like that constant image and like party scene and kind of like montage of going to the beach and hanging with your friends on Friday night, and like that I feel always replays in my head. And there's a part of me that gets jealous of that because I did not have that my senior year. And part of that is because kind of towards the end of my junior year, I really faded out of my homeschool because I joined a technical school. I felt really loved and really cared for by a couple of people, well, more people than I had been at my regular high school. So for me, I really focused on those people, and it just so happened to be that those people do not go to my school district, they don't go to my regular school, so I saw them less than I did anyone else in my other high school, if that makes any sense. For me, I didn't have a friend group. I had maybe 3 or 4 friends, and one of my really good friends had already been in college, so for me, I missed them, being in school with them, and I didn't go to parties and I didn't get drunk. And even if that was a possibility for me, I maybe would have said yes, but I don't have an urge to do those things. And yes, I love to have fun and I do like to party, but I never had those opportunities to do so. And I don't know if that's on me or if it's on other people, but I don't want to put anyone to blame, and I don't also want to blame myself because I feel like it's just a mixture of those two things. But I don't get sad about it, or I don't get like upset or cry about it, because everything beyond my social life in high school, my last 2 years of high school particularly, had been everything that I've ever wanted. I achieved so well academically. Comparing my grades from my senior year to my freshman year make me really happy and proud of how much work and effort I put into things, and the opportunities that I got and were presented with like junior and senior year beat anything I've ever had offered to me up till that point in my whole life. I was able to travel to Louisville, Kentucky with my best friend and 2 amazing mentors and teachers, and I was just so fortunate to be experiencing these things. Also, I experienced the whole college process, and that in itself is so doubtful because you're seeing a lot of your peers, people you maybe have grown up with since kindergarten. And for me, that is the case because I have been in the same school district and the same town since I really started school in kindergarten and up. So for those 12 years of my life, I had been surrounded by very familiar faces. Whether or not I talk to them is a different story, but it's kind of awkward and hard to see somebody doing things with their life that you thought you might have done better with. And yes, I don't want to compare myself, but I do, and I think that's a natural thing for anyone to do. But beyond that, it's a hard process, the college process. But now moving into college life and just post high school, it feels like I'm still a kid, and I still am. I'm 18, but it's just weird because for me, I've always been very independent. Like I said, very much of an individual. So I don't know, to feel as if 18 is not really 18, that's just kind of how I feel. I don't know if that's just a universal thing, being being surrounded by older people all your life, you just constantly feel young and just kind of like, I don't want to say innocent because I'm definitely not. I am there and I know what's going on and everything like that, but I feel like that got very real for a second. Sorry about that. Sure, I'm making a video, but come in. Ooh, those shoes are so cute.
Aren't they cute? I found them and I'm like, oh, they're super comfy too.
Okay. Anyway, so what are my plans moving forward? I honestly am unsure of what I want to do career-wise because I always thought I was so sure. I've had a lot of confidence in me being in the film industry, but I am going to school in the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City, and I'm going to be studying advertising and marketing communications. I'm really excited and I'm really pumped. I don't think that I've reflected on it that much, so I'm going to now. Yes, I am going into a fashion school, but what is often overlooked and unknown is that FIT covers a wide range of different arts and different industries and majors. So there's photography and interior design, there is advertising and marketing as I'm in, and of course there's those fashion and all those things that are very prominent in the school. But beyond that, I'm excited. I'm excited to be in the city, and I'm excited to be part of a different community that I have been part of. And I tweeted about this in my school Twitter account, my professional Twitter, and I just kind of made like a cute little graphic, and I just thanked my whole school district for 12 years of an awesome education and an awesome time. And if you're watching this and you've made it so far and you know me personally, no matter where we have been in our relationship, or if you knew me or if you didn't, I'm glad that you're here watching this video with me and reflecting with yourself as well. And if I'm close with you and if you know who I am and have adored me and I've adored you probably a lot, I thank you for that, and I thank you for being together, because yes, my class is a weird one as every other class, and there are people you don't like and everyone has different views, and I think that's one thing I learned so much in high school. There's so many just different types of people, and you're gonna disagree and you're gonna agree, and it's gonna be like that through all your life. But I'm preaching as if I'm 70 years old and I know what I'm talking about, but once again, Kayla, you are 18. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, me really just being honest about my high school experience, and this is just what it's been like for me, and I'm grateful for every single step of it. I have an more than beautiful house and roof above my head, and that's all I can care for, and I'm going to be able to continue my education for another 4 years, and I'm thankful for that. So I hope you guys are too, and with that being said, please check the description box for anything you may want to know about me, and please remember that good vibes equals good souls, and I'll see you all in another one of my videos. Bye.
Blows, yeah, walk down like who you, yeah, it's something you get used to.